Welcome back to Mac Talks Football and another breathtaking game in the FIFA World Cup 2026. Uzbekistan versus Colombia ends in a 3-1 win for Colombia, but it was from easy for Colombia. It was a roller coaster of emotion at that game. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, these games kept on, coming, and they keep on entertaining us and they keep on surprising us. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but after every single game, I think now the first round matches have been played by every single game, every single teams, and I think I can count maybe one or two games that were really poor, that were really boring, or that were really one-sided. Apart from that, every single game has turned out to be so entertaining, so fun to watch, and this game was like that. Colombia were the firm favorites going into this game, and everybody thought Colombia were basically going to dominate that game. But Uzbekistan had other ideas. Their way that they played, and again, I it just felt like yesterday's game. The Jordan game, and this game was similar to like that. Uzbekistan came forward. They took the game to Colombia. Colombia were by far the better team in this game. I'm not going to take anything away from them. But the die-hard attitude from the Uzbeks, like, it was so good to watch. They came at Colombia. They gave them their hardest, and it was not an easy game for Colombia, especially in that first half. They really had to work hard. It was an end-to-end stuff. It was played on such a high tempo that the way that both the teams were going at it. You, as I said before in the previous game, so you couldn't just take your eyes off, of the TV. That's how fast-paced this game was, and it was so entertaining. The crowd, you have to give it, a huge credit to the Colombian crowd. The game was in Mexico City, a fellow South American team. It was such an amazing atmosphere, and the team, in a way, in the end, finally lived up to it. The first game, Luis Diaz, a great ball from great pass from Luis Diaz to Diego Munoz, and that goal from him, to have the awareness to know where the goal is, and then to score that beautiful goal. Uzbekistan, in the second half, make a comeback. The substitute comes in and scores the goal. It becomes a 1-all, and then of course it had to be Luis Diaz to bring Colombia back into the game. A bit unlucky, goalkeeper gets hand to it, almost makes the save, but the pace of the shot is so much that the ball goes back into the net. It becomes a 2-1, and after that we still had like about 20 to 25 minutes, and Uzbekistan gave it their all, and they kept on going, and you just felt, you knew that there was a goal in this game. You did not know on which side it was gonna go, and in the end it went towards the Colombians last minute, just like yesterday's game in Jordan. They considered a last minute penalty. Uzbekistan, unfortunately, today conceded a last minute had a goal, a great goal, across into the box, and a header, and it becomes a 3-1. And again, this scoreline is not fair. It literally is not fair to Uzbekistan, if I'm being very honest with you, because of the way that they played, and they put Colombia had to work really hard to win this game. The Colombian players know it, the Colombian fans know it, everybody know it, how hard this game was for them. But in the end, they did it. What really mattered to them was to win this game, and they have won this game, and now they are on the top of their group. Portugal, drew their game, which was not expected, but now they have drawn their game, and it's a big thing. Now Colombia are on top of their group, and now they have a chance to finish the group at the top of the table, which again, nobody really thought it could happen, but they now have a chance to do it. They just don't have to lose to Portugal, and they can win their the other game, and they can get the job done, and they could top the group. I think the group is wide open, with Portugal drawing earlier on. Again, a game that nobody expected them to draw again against DR Congo. It's a really bad game, that one, but this game has completely, as I say, opened the group, and it will be very interesting to see how Colombia move forward. If they keep on playing like that, the way that they played, they started poorly in the first 15 to 20 minutes, but as the game went by, the things started to click. They started threatening Uzbekistan. They started making those moves. They were really good at creating chances, and their finishing was really good as well. I think both both the goalkeepers had a really good game. Both of them made really good saves as well. But as I said, if Colombia keep on playing like this, the way that they played today, I think they could easily top the group, and then it becomes easy for them in the next rounds. And I think that is a big possibility that now Portugal might not finish the group as the top team, which is really interesting, if I'm being very honest with you. Uzbekistan, on the other hand, I think they would be quite proud of themselves. I think the way that they played, they knew it was a tough game against a Colombian team who, as I said, who everybody fancied. Everybody thought that it was going to be an easy win for Colombia, but the Uzbekistan team made it very hard for them. So they should be really proud of themselves, and they know that they now have a chance. They against a DR Congo team who is on 1 point. You win that game against a DR Congo, and Colombia and Portugal drew that game. So and you automatically become or you go into the second place. So there's a still chance for Uzbekistan to go into the into the next round, whether as the top two, whether finishing in that third place. That third place in this group is going to be very interesting. It's going to be very crucial. So as I said before, the group is wide open, and all the four teams now are going to look at their fixtures, and they are going to be thinking how we can play this out. DR Congo are going to be really happy, and even though Uzbekistan lost, I still think they are going to be quite happy with the way the day has went by. They are not going to like that they lost, but the performance is going to give them so much encouragement, so much confidence. I mean, the entirety of that stadium was almost a Colombian. 95 to 96 to even 97% of the stadium of the fans were Colombians, and you had like the 2-3% of Uzbek fans, somewhere scattered around the stadium. But the way that they played that game, it would give them a lot of confidence and a lot of joy for their fans as well. And again, it gives them confidence going to the next, into the another two games, that they are going to have that belief that we can do something in this World Cup. Maybe we have come to the World Cup. That's a big achievement, but maybe there's a chance that we make an even bigger history and qualify to the next round. And again, the way the group has opened up, there's still a possibility that they can do. They need to make sure that they finish off their chances. There were a lot of times where they could have finished the game off, but they missed quite a lot of their chances, and they need to work on that to make sure that they end up scoring those goals. Colombia, on the other hand, I think they were fantastic. They were simply brilliant in that game. They need the one thing that I would say, they need to start quicker in the games. As I said, the first 15-20 minutes, maybe it was the first game of the World Cup, they had their jitters and whatnot, but they need to make sure that they start really fast and on the front foot in the next two games, to make sure that they they don't lose the momentum that they have gained by winning this game. And again, a big possibility that they might end up finishing as the leaders of the group, which would be quite astonishing and will be an incredible achievement for Colombia. So another great game of football. Finally, the match day ones of every team is over. A great performance from Uzbekistan, but a massive win for Colombia, as they get 3 points out of their first game. That is from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the performance, Uzbek's performance and Colombia's performance as well, in the comment section below. And who do you think is going to qualify, and in which order do you think they are going to qualify? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers, sorry, before the end of the group stages. Match day 1 is already done. Now match day 2 is going to be a start, so please go ahead and subscribe. 20 subscribers remaining. It's not that much. Please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.